My 32F husband, 36M, became a robot and I don't know how to help him. We've been married for 6 years and have 2 kids. I'm pregnant with our third. My husband works from 9 to 5, comes home, does his chores, plays with our kids, talks to me a bit, and then goes to sleep. He doesn't seem to enjoy any of it. It's like everything is a chore. He used to be goofy, smiling, and telling jokes, but I haven't seen him smile in months. He's not neglecting his duties as a husband and father, but he acts like everything is just that, duties. Hanging with the kids and me feels like a second job. I'm grateful for all he does. He makes our lives easier, but he seems constantly on the clock. I think he might be depressed. When I ask if he's okay, he says he's doing fantastic, which is what he says at work when customers ask. He doesn't take any time for himself, has stopped playing games and watching TV. He just does what he thinks needs to be done. I don't know how to help him. Our sex life has become one-sided. We do it frequently, but only because I initiate. Even if he's not in the mood, he'll do it, like it's his responsibility to make me happy. It feels like he's not present, like his mind is elsewhere. This feels worse than rejection. I miss my husband, the guy who complained and told jokes. Not this robotic shell that looks like him. Edit. Wow. I didn't expect this to blow up. Thanks for the advice. It's clear now that my husband is overworked and burnt out. I'm going to sit him down and talk to him when he gets home. I hope we can find a solution to bring back the man he once was. I read every comment and response. I'll post an update soon. Bye. Update. Hey everybody, here's the update. I wrote this a couple of days ago but couldn't post it because it was too soon. My husband came home around 6 o'clock, and after he had something to eat, I took him to the bedroom to talk. I sat him down on the bed and told him I was worried about him. I didn't know exactly how to phrase my worries, so I just showed him my original post. When he finished reading the post, he started crying, like full-on crying. In all the years that I have known this man, I had never seen a tear roll down his face. I held him for a few minutes until he could recompose himself, and he told me everything. He said the world was in a shitty place right now, and that we're bringing a child into a stressful time. When I became pregnant, he felt he had to step up. He needed to take care of things because it was his responsibility. The weight of carrying the family was much harder than he anticipated, so he thought if he doubled down, he could get through it. But the more he tried, the darker the tunnel got, and eventually, he couldn't see an end. He said he feels like he's constantly drowning, and the only breath of fresh air is on the car ride between home and work. Sometimes the stress is so much that he throws up, but doesn't tell anyone and keeps going with his day. He pulled out a pack of gum from his pocket and said, "This was for when it happens." I asked him why he couldn't tell me any of this, and he said he didn't want to burden me with the truth. He thought if he told me everything, I would stop seeing him as a protector and provider, and that I would inevitably stop loving him. Hearing him say that brought tears to my eyes because I didn't know where he got the notion I would feel that way. I asked him if he wanted to quit his job, but surprisingly, he said the job doesn't bother him. He said the work itself was fine. It's just now he feels an added weight to provide because he was fortunate enough to keep his job during the pandemic. And we also had a kid on the way. He said some days he feels like packing a suitcase and running to some tropical island for a week and not telling anyone. But then he feels guilty and doubles down even more. I told him maybe he should go on a trip. I said he deserved a break, and maybe if he did exactly that, he'd feel better. He tried to protest, but I insisted. In the end, he said he'll only go if we go together, like a romantic getaway between spouses. Once things start to clear up and before the baby is due, he wants to take a week off from work, drop the kids off at Grandma's house, and have us go on a vacation. Just the two of us like we used to when we first got married. He also said he wants to take the day off tomorrow and just sleep in, so that's the plan. I'll call his boss tomorrow and say that he's sick and can't come in. It's not like they'll make a sick man come into work. There's a pandemic going on. Right now he's playing with the kids, and it doesn't feel like he's doing one of his chores. He actually seems to be enjoying himself. For the first time in months, I don't see the robot, I see my husband. Edit. Hey everyone, I want to thank you all for the support. I read all of your comments, and I appreciate all of you. First things first, my husband says hi. I wanted to clarify about the chores people are talking about. As a Sam, the bulk of chores goes to me. I cook, clean, and do laundry because it's my responsibility. My husband's only chores are doing dishes, vacuuming every 3 days, and a few other house maintenance tasks. I did call in sick for my husband, but I made sure to say he had a migraine. I saw on Google that it wasn't a symptom of COVID if it was an isolated symptom. His boss was okay with it and said he can come back whenever he feels better. The pregnancy wasn't an accident. We wanted to have 3 kids because we were both raised in 3-kid families. We actively tried for the first 2, but for baby number 3, it was kind of an if it happens kind of thing. We're both happy with the amount of kids we have/will have and are hopefully done. We are not considering abortion or adoption. We realize that a 1-week vacation isn't enough to get rid of his stress, and we're both trying to come up with a more sustainable solution. Right now, we're thinking about setting up an hour or 2 a day that's daddy's time. No kids, no me, no work, just for him to relax. To those who think this is fake, there isn't any way I can change your minds, so I'm not too bothered. I just hope this never happens to you guys. You all have been supportive and a wonderful bunch of people. I really think we can get through this, and it wouldn't have been possible without you guys. I'm not going to reply to comments because, like last time, it's overwhelming, but just know I'm reading these as they come in. Good night, everyone. It's been great.